How to make pasta. First of all, you need 200 grams of pasta flour. Put that onto said board. Make a well in the flour deep enough for 2 eggs. It is 1 egg for every 100 grams of flour. Avoid getting shells in flour.
Here's your tricky egg.
Like so. Now you need to break the yolks and mix together, slowly adding flour to the egg in circular motions. This bit gets rather messy. This will form your pasta dough. A little bit of patience and carry on doing this. A few minutes later you'll be having a dough. Now start kneading the dough. You might not need all of the flour for all of the pasta sheets. So knead by finger in the middle, pushing down, turn. Finger in the middle, push down, turn. Do this for 10 minutes. If you need more flour, just use what's on the board. And as you see, after about 10 minutes of kneading, you should get a dough that is quite silky and shiny. But obviously we didn't use all the flour, but if you need to make it right, just add a little bit more and knead that in too. And then once that is all kneaded in and you're happy with your end product, you then let it rest in some cling film, wrap it over and leave it in the fridge to rest for about 10 minutes.
This is the pasta machine, currently unassembled, but Mark will assemble it to show you what to do. So you take the main bulk of the machine, place it next to the edge of a table or a surface, place the clampy bit and do it wide enough so that it fits around the surface you're using. Place it through the hole and then tighten up at the bottom. Until you feel the machine is secure. And this bit just clips in on the top. You just slide it in and then it's on. And the fourth piece is the handle that you'll put in the side to roll with.
Now we take pasta out of the cling film and we chop it into 4 pieces, evenly sized. Take 1 piece, dab a little bit of dough on it. Flour, not dough. And then you go through the rollers, push in, run it through. Yep, fold it over, put a bit more flour on, not too much, dust it off, run it through again. The machine is set on number 1 at the moment. You do this for a 3rd time. Make sure it's well floured or it'll stick. You go through size 1 3 times. And then you go over to this little nodule, pull out, turn to 2. Number 2. Flour again. Roll through 1 or 2. Then alter to number 3. Each time the rollers getting closer together. Ensure you flour after each roll. Then to 4. Keep floured. Run it through on a number 4.
Depending on how thick you like your pasta, number 4 might be enough for you. We like ours slightly thinner, so I'm going to nodule round to number 5. Flour again. Run it through on 5.
What's the length of this bad boy?
You and your lengths. As it's quite long, I'm going to cut it in half.
Ensure it's floured.
Flour again, and then I'm going to move the handle. I'm taking it out of that roller and I'm putting it in the one nearest the joint for the width of pasta that I wish to make. Take my piece of pasta. Roll it through that one. And as you can see, it comes out cut. Now it's important to separate the pieces straight away after it's come through. You need them all separated out. They can pile up on top of each other after, but they do need to be separated out like that. And take the other piece that you've cut and do the same. If you want lasagna, you just leave it as sheets like that. The other cutter on this cuts quite thin pieces. It just depends on what kind of pasta you want. The thin pieces are really tricky to separate well, so we don't really use that one. We prefer it this way. If you want to cook the pasta fresh, you can do that. You put it in a pot of boiling water. At this thinness, it will probably only take 2 to 3 minutes. Or you can dry the pasta, and you can do this by hanging it over a coat hanger or over an airer and leaving it overnight. The pasta will dry, and you can then store that in a sealed container for up to 3 years. Obviously this will take longer to cook when you cook it, probably about 7 or 8 minutes, but again when put in a pot of boiling water.